Well, it's the stuff business dreams are made of. Two young knockabout blokes meet at uni, come up with a good idea, put a lot of time and effort into developing it, form a company. Suddenly, there are huge corporations knocking at their cyber door, handing over millions. And they're big-time institutions like Microsoft, NASA and the US government. As you'll see, Helen McCombie reports on Atlassian Software and its 20-something partners.
Scott Farquhar and Mike Cannon-Brooks are typical Aussie blokes. They like a beer and a bit of pool after work. And they don't mind a game of fast poker at lunchtime. But the relaxed office atmosphere hides a fierce desire to succeed, and they want to do it on the world stage. Mike and Scott have developed a global business, and they are taking on the big guns.
So we have companies like Microsoft, who ostensibly compete with us, have purchased our product.
Both 26, they met at university. When they finished, they set up their own software company.
I'm all in. The youthful naivety, I suppose, to think that we could do something better. And both of us probably aren't very good at working for anyone else.
Our original grand plan was to earn enough money that we would be the same as a graduate position that our friends had taken.
4 years later, they have done much more than that. The software entrepreneurs have staff of 50, offices in Sydney and San Francisco, and turnover of $15 million.
So both of us are in charge. We're co-founders, you would say co-CEOs. We travel around the world so much. We're both sort of spending about a third of our time in San Francisco at the moment, so having two people with fairly equal management responsibility is very useful from the business point of view.
If I can't convince him that something's a good idea, then it usually isn't, and vice versa. So we're sort of governed by unanimous consent.
The company name, Atlassian, is indicative of what they are trying to achieve with their business.
Atlassian came from my mother putting me through so many years of classics, I suppose. Atlas was a Greek titan whose job was to hold up the sky. So we thought this was one of the original legendary service efforts, if you like, and so it's sort of the bastardised adjectival form of Atlas, and Atlassian effort, if you like.
So what is it that their software products provide?
They broadly help small teams of people operate more efficiently in very large companies. So it helps them to manage projects, to exchange documents and discussion and collaborate over whatever project they happen to be working on, as well as managing the tasks and workflows and things like that that go on in a day-to-day business project, any sort of organisation.
It's a fantastic product. It really has changed the way that we do things around here. And what we want to do is we want to make sure...
Victor Rodriguez is Design and Development Software Manager at Cochrane, the Australian company that makes the bionic ear. He is a big fan.
The product did exactly what I wanted it to do. It actually introduced certain things that I started doing that just made a lot of sense and adapted and changed the way that I was managing the projects at the time. And then over time, just the entire company decided that it was a great product to use, and we actually use it extensively for many things. We use it for managing issues, we use it for project management, we use it for eliciting requirements from users, we use it for comments.
Atlassian has done remarkably well, given its products mainly sell via word of mouth. It took a year to get 100 customers, 2 years to get 1,000, and having just celebrated its 4th birthday, now boasts 4,000 customers. They include the major investment banks, Telstra, the Reserve Bank, NASA, and global giant Microsoft.
Initially we thought that they were downloading it just to copy it, and that they were really just going to investigate what it did and how they could do it themselves. But what we've found is that one department, a rogue department inside Microsoft, has decided to use our product, and it's quite satisfying.
At the moment, the major problem for the business is one that is common to many Australian industries. There's a shortage of skilled labour.
In Australia, there's a bit more of an IT shortage now, and because there's not as many people graduating from university, so it's very hard to find qualified, talented graduates. I can't say we've had too many huge hurdles doing the business. It's a very straight business. It's geared towards having a lot of customers, so we don't have problems where if one customer leaves us, that's half our revenue. It's sort of much more of a portfolio business that way.
While the pair appear to have a fairly relaxed approach to life, they are very focused on continuing to build their sales. And the standard annual business plan doesn't work for them.
We don't really have a plan per se. We have a number of ideas of things that we'd like to do in the next year. and we hope to get to those. We sit down once a quarter with the management team to work out exactly what we're going to do in the next quarter, but it's a very short-term approach, if you like, from that perspective. It's a very fast-moving industry, so any plans we set for 3 years' time is probably going to be out of date in a quarter.
As their business has grown, so have their goals. Scott Farquhar and Mike Cannon-Brooks have a very big number in their sights.
One of our large goals is to get to 50,000 customers, and we think we can do that with some of our current products and introducing new products, but essentially to keep to the same business plan that we have at the moment, which is producing great software that people love to use and selling it in a manner that people love to buy it.
Well, if that doesn't give you the incentive to get up and go to work next week, nothing will. That's Business Sunday for today. Sunday is next with the latest on the Australian evacuations. I'm Ross Greenwood. See you next week.